Hey, what's up YouTube? You're watching Ready Set Drone, and today I have this Syma X220W. This is a lower mid-priced camera drone. I'm always a little skeptical about this type of drone, whether it's going to be any good or not, but they sent it to me, so we're going to check it out. Stay tuned. First of all, I've got to say, I really like Syma toy drones. It is Syma Toys. That's actually their web URL. And so that's what they do really well, is they make the small line of sight flyers that I enjoy flying, as well as the slightly bigger Syma X5C, which I think every beginner drone pilot should own. I will put a link to the Syma X5C as well. But this is a little bit higher end offering. This is the X220W. It's a camera drone. So I'll open it up, and this is my first time to open it. I have to say, congrats to Syma for putting it in this handy little case. So many of these drones come in disposable plastic or cardboard boxes that you just throw away and then you don't have any place to keep them. This is a very nice little clamshell case. I love clamshell cases, I'll be honest. And I like the fact that they put it in there. And in it is the drone itself, which is right here. And it's got a little bit of heft to it. I'm assuming the battery must be in it. Let's see here if it actually has the battery in it, because it does feel like it's got a little weight. Yes, that includes the battery. Even without the battery, I have to say the thing's got a little bit of weight. And normally people want drones to be lightweight, but for me, I always feel like if it's got a little bit of weight to it, it is maybe a little bit better quality. Yeah, actually, sort of impressed with the way it feels and the way it looks right out of the box. Just seems to be a sleek design. It's got the foldable propellers here. Right here on the bottom is a small sensor. I believe this is an optical flow sensor. This is going to allow it to hover in place if it doesn't have GPS. I'm not even sure if this drone has GPS or not. I'm assuming it does because it says on the box it has waypoints, but this is what a lot of lower end drones have so that they can hover in place when they don't have access to GPS, like when they're indoors. So in addition to that, we've got the remote control right here, which I think is going to hook up to your phone. And that is pretty standard, pretty cheap feeling remote control for this sort of quadcopter. And also in this case, you have instructions. Oh, it does say GPS drone on the instructions. So we'll assume that the optical flow sensor on the bottom is for when you're flying indoors, and outdoors it has GPS. So far, I'm most impressed with the box, and the drone seems okay based on its kind of weight. Now, it looks like these batteries are going to charge using this right here, this connector, and you're going to plug it into that section right there, push it in. Let's see if that actually works. Yes. Not a big fan of the proprietary charger. Why can't it just be a regular USB-C or even a micro USB? I'm not a big fan of micro USB either, but I'm less of a fan of these proprietary chargers because basically this is the only charger that'll work with it, and now you have to carry this with you, and if you lose it or it breaks or whatever, then you can't charge your batteries easily anymore. Anyway, it is USB on this end, which is nice, and it has what feels like kind of a substantial size to it here, so this might be doing some voltage regulation or something to charge the batteries. Does come with 2 batteries. Okay, so I've got the app downloaded here, and there's a lot of different apps at the Syma website. So it's this one right here, Syma Air is what you want. And okay, so with Syma drones, you have to do this funky thing, and this is true for every Syma drone I've ever flown before. When you turn the drone on, you just hold down the power, and then you turn on the remote. The light will blink on the remote rapidly, and then you go down, up, down. You'll hear it beep, and then once you've done that, that light stops blinking. It turns solid. You see it there, it's red, and that means that it's bound. So now I should be able to go down and in, yep, and it arms it. So if for some reason the drone doesn't seem to be bound to the remote, while the lights are blinking fast, use the throttle stick to go down, up, down, and it'll bind. There is no password. It should just connect to it. And then once you're connected to it, you can open up the app and you should actually see a live view. So now it's saying calibration. I'm gonna go ahead and skip all of that. I'll do that outside. But you can see right here that I do have a live view of the actual drone. Well, the record button and the switch from video to photo is in the notch. So if you have an iPhone, unfortunately that UI is designed so that's kind of over here in the notch. So it's very kind of hard to tell what it is. I think I'm recording video right now, but like I said, I don't know where it's recording to because I don't see an obvious SD slot on this thing. So there are a bunch of features on this thing. Honestly, part of the reason I don't like these apps that some of these lower end toy drone companies come out with is they're too complicated. There's so much going on here. I'm not gonna use all this stuff. I'm not gonna do waypoints with this thing. I really just wanna go outside and fly it and see if it flies worth a darn. So let's go out and give it a try. Okay, so before you fly any drone for the first time, you wanna do two calibrations. One is just the setting it on a level surface, and I think it's the IMUs that you're calibrating so that it knows what level looks like. And then the second is the compass calibration, where you turn it a few times like this until it says okay, and then you turn it a few times like this until it says okay, and then you can set it down and should be good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and switch it over to video mode. I'm gonna hit record. It says it's recording now. I'm also screen recording. And so it says home point confirmed. Whoa. It is getting, all right, I'm not touching it. And it's kind of hovering. I'm gonna bring it back over closer to me. Now I'm not touching it. It's definitely not doing very well with the hover as far as staying in one place. This thing does not have obstacle avoidance either, so you're gonna want to make sure you don't hit anything. So let me put it down real quick. Oh. All right, that didn't go too well. This arm folded back. You know, this arm right here is actually a lot looser than these others. These others have a tighter spring, and so they don't seem to pop back as easily. This one just isn't very tight, and so I could see why it fell like that. Now I only have 11 satellites. I had 12. And now it says 10. What is going on? My number of satellites is actually, oh, now it's back to 11. My number of satellites has not exceeded 12 though. Okay, I'll set my return to home button. And again, I can't seem to figure out any place where I can actually do something to calibrate the compass, but I will try flying up again. And now it's hovering a little better. Oh, it was. Again, the fact that the app has things right in the notch on the iPhone is absolutely silly. So, okay, it's drifting all over. I'm gonna go ahead and take it up and see if I can get it above everything before it hits a wire or something. All right, now I'm not touching it, and it's kind of holding, but it's kind of getting blown around. Definitely no stabilization going on, at least not in the live view. And honestly, I'm kind of nervous to go fly it over by the tower because I'm concerned that I won't be able to get it back, but I'm gonna give it a try. Oh goodness. Oh goodness, look at that, it's getting blown around. It's a little windy today, but not that windy. All right. Okay, I'm not touching anything. It's drifting towards the wires. Look at that, not touching a thing, and it's going straight towards that fence. All right, I'm gonna land it. I don't know how to kill the motors once it's on the ground. Okay, you just have to sort of hold it and hope it doesn't tip over to kill the motors. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm not even gonna go back inside. I'm just gonna tell you, don't buy this thing. It's horrible. The instructions are very confusing. The GPS doesn't seem to work. The app doesn't let you calibrate the compass. Like when you push the compass calibration button, nothing happens. So maybe that's part of the problem, is the compass isn't calibrated. The footage I don't think looks that great. I only saw it here on my phone, but everything looked really orange. So the white balance was off. Syma, come on. You can do better than this. I know you make really great little line of sight toy drones. Stick to that. Don't try to make a camera drone that nobody can really use the footage from. That's awful. Sorry, Syma, but this sucks. Don't buy it.